हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू वाव आईएएस। वेलकम टू द डिस्कशन ऑन डेली एमसीक्यूज। आज है 7 जून 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज के 5 करंट अफेयर बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज। ठीक है, चलो शुरू करते हैं। बट बिफोर वी बिगिन, लेट अस डिस्कस द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड ऑन सैटरडे। ओके, द क्वेश्चन वाज which fundamental right was described by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the heart and soul of the Constitution? As you know, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is a prominent leader. He was the chairman of the drafting committee and he has described an article in the Constitution as the heart and soul of the Constitution, and this article is Article 32. So Article 32 is nothing but the right to constitutional remedies, under which a person can approach the Supreme Court if his fundamental rights are violated. Okay, so this इसको बोलते हैं right to constitutional remedies under Article 32, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said that this article is the heart and soul of the Constitution. Now let us start with today's questions, but before that I would just like to tell you that we are providing all the questions and their solutions in the PDF format. So as these questions are current affair based, for you to revise very easily, we are providing this PDF with the solutions and the questions in a detailed way. So just go to our Telegram channel whose details are provided in the description and download it from there. Okay? Now let us begin with today's questions. The first question: consider the following statements with respect to Industrial Deep Decarbonization Initiative (IDDI). First one: it is a global coalition of public and private organizations that are working to stimulate demand for low carbon industrial materials. Second one: the IDDI is co-led by UK and India. So here we have to choose the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So आपको यहाँ पे correct answer choose करना है, and here the correct answer is C both 1 and 2, because this IDDI initiative, if you see, it is now jointly promoted by both India and UK. So it is a global coalition of the government as well as private organizations that are working to stimulate demand for the low carbon industrial material. This is right, and it is co-led by India and UK. So C both 1 and 2 are the correct answer. If you see some more information about this IDDI initiative, so India along with UK has launched this under the Clean Energy Ministerial Conference. So in this Clean Energy Ministerial Conference, they have agreed this. So the main aim of this industrial decarbonization initiative is to promote the technologies which use less carbon, because as you know, carbon is one of the main reasons for global warming, and this is launched in the ongoing 12th CEM, which is the Chief Energy Ministerial meeting, which is virtually hosted by Chile. Okay? So and it is a joint coalition of the public as well as private organizations. Okay? Now let's go to the second question. Da Vinci Plus and Veritas missions of NASA are targeted at which planet? A Moon, B Mars, C Venus and D Saturn. यहाँ पे हमें करेक्ट आंसर चूज करना है, Veritas and Da Vinci Plus. So the correct answer here is C Venus. If you see Da Vinci Plus, basically, so these Da Vinci Plus and Veritas are two missions of NASA. Da Vinci Plus is the short for Deep Atmosphere Venus Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry and Imaging. And the basic aim of this Da Vinci is to understand Venus, its composition, and take a closer look at its formation and its composition. That is the main aim of this Da Vinci Plus. And next is the Veritas, which is the short for Venus Emissivity, Radio Science, INSA, Topography and Spectroscopy. So it will map or it will image the surface of the Venus, and it will help us understand the geological structure and history of Venus, and also give us reasons why the development of Venus is different from that of the Earth. So all these reasons will be searched by these missions. Okay, and the Veritas will orbit Venus with a radar that will help to create a three-dimensional construction of its topography. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is about the black carbon. So here the two statements about black carbon are given. First one: it is a long-lived pollutant and the largest contributor of Earth's warming. Second one: it is formed through the incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, biomass, and is emitted in both anthropogenic and naturally occurring soot. So here we have to choose the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. If you see, it is long-lived pollutant and is the largest contributor to Earth's warming. This is the wrong statement, because the largest contributor is CO2, carbon dioxide. Second one, it is formed through the incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, biomass, and is emitted in both anthropogenic and naturally occurring soot. The second one is right. So B 2 only is the correct answer. So recently why it was in news, because the World Bank conducted a search, or you can say a research, to study the impact of this black carbon on Himalayas, especially in the Karakoram and Hindu Kush ranges. So and they observed that the Himalayas are melting at a much faster rate because of this black carbon, and they have published a report called the Glacier of the Himalayas, Climate Change, Black Carbon and Regional Resilience. And if you see this black carbon, basically it is produced by anthropogenic का मतलब है human activity, by both human activity and also because of the vehicle emissions and others. Okay, and this all these activities actually they accelerate the meltdown of glaciers. So how this black carbon is accelerating the glacier meltdown is when they deposit on the ice. What is happening is the heat absorbed by the ice is increasing, because now the ice will not be able to reflect all the sunlight it is receiving. Generally ice का albedo बहुत high होते हैं, that means it will reflect everything what it is receiving, but because of the deposit of the black carbon, now it is absorbing the heat and it is not reflecting. So because of this black carbon, this ice is absorbing more heat. And the second reason is this black carbon is increasing the temperature of the atmosphere. So because of these two reasons, the ice is melting at a much faster rate. And this black carbon, if you see, it's a short-lived pollutant and is the second largest contributor after carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is the largest contributor for climate change, and this black carbon, it is the second largest. So unlike the other greenhouse gases, the black carbon is quickly washed out and can be eliminated from the atmosphere if the emission stops. So it can be easily eliminated. So that's why we are focusing towards elimination of this black carbon by using greater technologies. You can see this BS6 norms are also one such step that we have taken to reduce the black carbon in the atmosphere. Now let's go to the next question, the fourth question. It's a previous year CSE question. It's a 2013 question, and the question is, which of the following is the correct sequence of ecosystem in the order of decreasing productivity? So decreasing productivity means highest to lowest. Okay, so here they are asking about productivity and not the production. So productivity and production का difference ये है कि productivity is if you consider a unit of a material, how much it is producing, 1 unit of that material, how much it is producing, इसको बोलते हैं productivity. Then what is production? The total amount what that type of material is producing across the world, इसको बोलते हैं production. So here option A, ocean, lake, grassland, mangroves. Option B, mangroves, ocean, grassland, lake. Option C, mangrove, grassland, lake, ocean. And option D, ocean, mangrove, lake, grassland. One thing for sure is oceans have the least productivity, though oceans have highest production because of the massive quantity of water that we have, massive in the oceans that we have. The oceans have least productivity. So if you see all the options, only in C we can find that the oceans that it is given that the oceans have least productivity. So option C should be the right answer. So the correct order, if you see, mangroves have highest productivity, after that you have grasslands, after that lakes, and last you have the oceans. Okay, so if you see about productivity, the productivity is of two types, the primary productivity and the secondary productivity. The primary productivity is basically by the plants and other organisms who depend on the atmosphere for the creation of food and do not depend on any other species. Okay, इसको बोलते हैं primary productivity. And in the primary productivity, if you see, there are two components, the gross productivity and the net productivity. So gross productivity is total amount of productivity, and उस total amount of productivity में if we take out the energy used for respiration, इसको बोलते हैं net productivity, because net productivity is nothing but the net biomass that will be formed. All the energy that the plant is taking from the surroundings, that will be formed as a biomass. So the amount of biomass will depend on the respiration also, because for respiration some amount of energy is being used. ठीक है? So if you see the most productive ecosystems, estuaries is the highest, swamps the second, third you have marshes, fourth tropical rainforest, and last the temperate rainforest. And if you consider, so this is mainly the land, okay, the mainly primary productivity, and the average ocean productivity is about 50 grams carbon per square meter per year. ठीक है? So if you see the ecosystem productivity, so this is basically the water productivity, you can say the water sources productivity. And if you consider other Ecosystems productivity, mangroves is the highest, followed by grasslands, after that lakes, and last you have the oceans. So this is the productivity. Now let's go to the last question of the day. Acid rain is caused by pollution of environment by A. Carbon dioxide and nitrogen, B. Carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, C. Ozone and carbon dioxide, D. Nitrous oxide and sulfur dioxide. So here we have to choose the correct answer, and the correct answer is here option D, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So if you see the acid rain, basically it refers to any precipitation like rain, fog or mist that is more acidic than normal. More acidic का मतलब है the pH should be less than 5.6, because below 7, if the pH is below 7 it means acidic, and above 7 it means basic. ठीक है. So now we'll see some more information. So I've told you already, pH below 5.6, and acid rain is caused by atmospheric pollution from acidic gases like sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, and from the burning of fossil fuels. It also recognized that acid smog, fog, mist move out of the atmosphere and settle on the dust particles, which in turn accumulate on vegetation as acid depositions. So when the rain falls, the acid from these depositions leak and form acid dews. Okay? So this is what is all about the acid rain that we need to know. Now let us see the question of the day, and the question of the day is, the Indian National Congress was formed in which year? So you have to tell the year in which Indian National Congress was formed. Do give your answer in the comment box. We will give you reply. If you have any doubts, even then you can comment in the comment box. We will definitely respond within stipulated time. Okay, so we'll meet again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs based on the current affairs. Till then, keep studying. But before that, I would just like to inform you about the initiatives of VAVA IAS. We are providing summaries of Vision PT 365, Vision Monthly Current Affairs, and the Vision Prelims and Mains Test Series. If you want any of these summaries, you can just visit our Telegram channel. In the JPG format, they are available at free of cost, but they are available at a minimal cost if you want to purchase them in the PDF format. ठीक है, तो चलिए कल मिलते हैं. थैंक यू, टेक केयर, जय हिंद.